BagFuel, baby.
BagFuel, we back. This is our first solo with Clue. You know, him be doing the solo joints, you know what I'm saying? He be waiting for the superstars to show up, but we got him to do a solo joint today.
I don't want to impose.
They want to hear this, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, what are they going to be talking about? What they're going to give their opinions on today and things of that nature. So this is going to be ecstatic because right now everybody's going crazy with you and Kid Capri talking about the mixtape game and the club shit. It's almost at 100K.
Yo, man, I think, you know, like, ultimately, like, some of the stuff we were talking about is like, you know, it's industry-based, but it's real, man. Like, you know what I mean? As you can see, like, since the beginning of, you know, what we call the golden era, like, of hip-hop, a lot's been changing with the radio and the streaming and stuff, man. So it's like, you know, everyone wants to blame, you know, every type of situation they can put in the pot to, like, throw people off, but ultimately, like, everything evolves, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know what I'm saying, went from, you know, from DAT tapes to CDs to, you know what I'm saying?
But Clue, I've learned when shit don't go people's way, they gotta find a scapegoat. Apparently, you know, W9s is the new scapegoat. You know, what do you want me to say?
Oh, man, here we go,
baby.
here we go.
You got nothing to do with that, but hey, but I think when you're winning and you making shit happen, you're not gonna blame nobody. But, you know, Esso said something very insightful. You gotta have foresight when you're really getting the W's. Now when you're losing, you gotta be prepared to fail while you're winning. And hip hop is evolving so crazy. Think about a mixtape was the #1 way to get your shit out there. Now, you don't even hear dudes say, I'm putting out a mixtape. Nothing, no
What's the point if everything is digital?
But how are dudes gonna release their vibe?
Yeah, you got to, like, people wanna, nowadays, people wanna skip steps. Feel me? Like,
it's the easiest thing to do.
Like, you're supposed to still do it the right way, which I think is like, you know what I mean? Start on the street level and work your way up. Everyone wants the microwave.
But how do you start on the street level? Are you saying just go to the clubs? Because the street level.
Of course, you gotta go to clubs, freestyles, mixtapes, you know, dub plates for the DJs. The DJs is important because when you can't get heard on the radio, on TV, or streaming, the DJs is where you're gonna have to go. That's the avenue.
Yeah.
Why is that the lost art? You think that they
I mean, I don't think it's
overlooking it? No, I'm talking about not with y'all, but for the
artists?
Yeah.
It's propaganda. People have said, you just put it up on the internet and it works. So when we have ourselves talking about what the process is to really get your music serviced, they're like, hold up, that can't be real. People want to believe they put the sock over the microphone, they rapped, they walked it to DJ Clue, and it became a hit record because you played it one time.
If you really zone in and think about it, all the motherfuckers talking shit about, you know what? I didn't need, you know what I'm saying, the mixtape, or I didn't need radio. No, they're not lying. They had crutches, they had help. Like, like let's say, and I'm just saying, I'm not saying this happened with this person. I'm saying, like, look at The Weeknd. He had Drake co-signed him.
Is that an anomaly?
He had records with Drake.
He had records with Drake. So now automatically you getting tapped into an audience that's huge.
It's diesel fuel.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, and I don't want to go artist by artist, but I mean, look, if you just think back and think, oh, this artist is big, this artist is big, this artist is big, pause. Look at how they came through. I guarantee you, somewhere along the line, there was a major cosign.
I mean, you can look at Rihanna. You can look at Rihanna and Neo. The cosign was Jay-Z.
Right.
And that was a major cosign because he wasn't cosigning niggas since the Rockefeller time. So he came in, he took his Def Jam job, and he cosigned them.
But a cosign is undefeated, man, unless you fuck it up and behave.
People get cosigned and don't make it.
When I mean undefeated, let me repackage what I'm saying. Undefeated in bringing you to the forefront. Then you have to deliver.
Okay.
You understand? If LeBron says, yo, this is what it is, yo, check out DJ Clue's son that plays basketball. Now it's up to him to hit the shot.
Yes,
but he already skipped the line.
People gonna look, definitely.
You dig what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's a way big difference than that. And that's what people are looking for. And they just believe all the stories. I'm gonna run into this guy. He's gonna love my music, and it's gonna work in 2 months because they hear the fantasy.
Another thing is a lot of artists are delusional. They think everything they do is good. Like, you know, I produce. Every beat I make ain't hot, my nigga. I can say that right now. Like, and even producers who have hot records here and there, they make hot records, I guarantee if you ask them, they're gonna say, oh, nah, you know, I just go in the studio, cook up. But it's really, they sitting there and they have 200 beats and someone picked 3. That's just how the game goes, bro. Like, you gotta put the work in.
But as two gentlemen who have filtered through high-level beats, right? I remember Arsonist sitting down with us saying he was gonna throw away Dipset Anthem. He didn't think that was good.
But
Is
that's how it
there
always
such a
happens,
thing
though.
as a bad beat, though?
Yes, there is, because, you know, sometimes you might, you know, people go through, and rappers too, they go through dry spells, or you go through spells where you're not motivated. Sometimes the weirdest beat or the funniest beat, you might do some shit and might be like, and then you just like playing beats with somebody, and you'll skip through a beat, and people like, yo, go back to that. That's fire. And you be like, this shit, I was gonna throw this shit away. I didn't even finish this shit. And that be the ones that people love.
Yes, what's up? Because I don't believe there's such a thing as a bad beat until the right person gets
I've heard some really bad beats, but creativity is all subjective because, like he said, a writer could hear something and we never heard that before, and they could put a melody on it and change the whole outlook of a song. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal, but I just think right now in this day and age, with how people are gonna break records, it's harder to break records because honestly, the records just aren't good.
They really not.
They just aren't good. So it's harder to break a record that's not good. If these records were good, we would hear them. People would be motivated by them. They would want to rock with them. We would hear them when people are driving by in their car. We're in New York. We're the home of niggas putting their windows down and playing music and you hearing what the hell's going on. There's nobody playing nothing.
One of my biggest pet peeves that turn me off is these artists who be, you know, they be popping the biggest shit and they be talking, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and they don't even write these songs. Like, you need to calm down. You need to bring it down a notch. Like, it's cool.
Why is that an issue, though?
It's not that it's an issue.
Yeah.
But talking shit.
But don't talk shit. Yeah.
You're grateful if you're not writing
be humble.
records. Be humble.
Be humble.
Yo, I'm an artist. I'm working hard.
Think about this. How many artists have we seen that had, you know what I'm saying, had a hot record, got on that popping shit, and then the artist who was writing for them just went away, and they went away.
Let's talk about.
You gotta be humble, bro.
Ghostwriters or writers are not appreciated
At all.
Especially when there's chemistry. And anytime I've seen an artist fizzle and people ask what happened, aside from them not having the budget and the label backing them, I always say they don't have their ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've seen it. You can see a clear difference. That's why people don't think Diddy's a great artist. He's had so many different writers, but he could always catch a record.
Listen, entertainment is entertainment. So there's nothing wrong with having a ghostwriter.
I agree.
There's nothing wrong with collabing, or even if you're a producer, like you collabing and someone sending you a melody, whatever it is, a melody pack, whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm saying the ones who talk the most shit.
Oh, the ones that's not right.
Bro, you just need to chill. Like, it's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
But Usher don't write all his songs.
Exactly.
He can talk his shit, though.
Because he got a million hits now.
Yeah,
He couldn't
you talking about with no
He can't pop shit.
Yeah.
He's talking about niggas is coming up to him like, I'm the flyest shit. And he's like, bro, you can't say you're the flyest shit because you don't have nothing in the market and you don't even set your own vibe. Period. That's all he's saying. Now, if you go on and you become somebody and you're that special person that can take a record from somebody and make it come alive, then you're an artist. And then you need to pop shit.
That's a big part of it, too. I mean, this is a lot. We can go through a plethora of top 10 artists who don't write their shit or co-write, whatever it is. And it's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
Denzel's a crazy, crazy, crazy actor. Yeah. He don't write the movies, though. He's the actor. So, like, what's the difference?
It's a collaborative effort to bring a great product together.
To bring it to light, it takes a whole team. Like, you know what I mean?
When it comes to hip hop, people just feel it's really pen to pad, microphone, somebody slapped the beat and that's it. And I'm like, nah, it's way different than that. And that's why I like hearing the stories from you guys who's been in the studio to sit there and say, nah, we gotta go do this. Nobody's ever even seen a mixing session, a mastering session. People bring their songs to the radio and you gotta tell them, bro, the volume's too low. It's gonna sound flat when I play it. It can't even go, even if I wanted to.
It's a fact.
You know? So, Ghost, what's on your mind?
6ix9ine says he trolled Lil Durk.
Nah, we ain't even.
I'm leaving that alone.
Nah, not that. Not him.
I'm leaving.
Nah.
Did he or not? You said it.
What?
Nah.
You said that they kept taunting him, slide for Vaughn, and now he's in jail. 6ix9ine said he's the one.
He's just taking credit to be in the spotlight. But Durk was under pressure to get his revenge for Vaughn. People didn't notice it. They would be in his comments he could not do anything. When he had the record with J. Cole, what's up? You got time to do records with Cole? And now he can't even take off his comments because he got to be a real nigga. And now he has 30,000 comments, slide for Vaughn. After a while, even if you ignore it and you turn it off, it's in your head because your man got clipped.
But we listen, for one, we don't know if he paused, slid or didn't slid, whatever it is.
No, that's a fact.
And for two, you never supposed to get tricked off the street. So, you know what I'm saying?
You get tricked off your spot.
You don't never get tricked.
It's easy to get tricked off your spot.
I'm sure we all been there.
I feel like right now, like you said, you've been saying this before all this came down. You was like, rappers is the new target. They're the new mob for the people, right? And if we understand that we're watching this type of stuff, last time Durk got locked up, they said he's never coming home. He was released.
Yeah.
My nigga, when's the last time you seen, they created the whole RICO thing because of the mob.
Yes.
When's the last time you seen anyone other than a black person or Latino person get the RICO?
But Clue, let me say something to you. Just us three right here, other than the mobsters from the 90s, we're more popular than every mobster and cartel leader right now.
Because they don't know,
Nobody knows
nobody's the name.
How about this? A mobster just opened up a cheesesteak spot in Philly.
I saw it.
He's the most famous mobster.
Yeah.
That's it. He's from Philly.
I saw that.
But
I was like, how are they doing this shit? Like,
but is he more popular than Bobby Shmurda?
No, he's not.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Nope. He's not more popular than DJ Self, DJ Will, Ivy Rivera. No, he not.
No, he not.
That's real shit.
They keep it kind of low key.
And we're not.
And they used to not keep it. They used to keep it low key, and then they went high. And
I still remembered you had a private party with the Migos during Grammy week, and we walked in, and there was at least 40 cops outside, and they knew all of us. Plain clothes. They knew how much bottles we were getting, how much everyone was getting paid. They knew who had the guns on. And they're just like, we're just here to look. And I was like, I looked at Esso, I said, what the? He said, welcome to the industry, nigga. I'm watching IG models with 5 million followers come to the section and sip alcohol, and the cops are just sitting there with their gun looking. And they knew everybody in there.
They be on timing.
Yeah.
They be on that Instagram and the Snapchat. People be thinking, people like, yo, I'm low key.
No, you're not.
I don't got my real name in my IG.
But they said, but the cops is on TV saying we watch social media now to catch niggas.
For sure.
They say it. They say it on TV. We watch social media to catch people, and everybody's still going on social media saying all of this wild stuff, boy.
Rappers at Target, Slim Thug just got burglarized.
Slim Thug did?
Yeah,
in his house?
Now, in his house, he got burglarized. He lost jewelry.
You know why? Because if you're looking for a come up, who you gonna get? That's the thing. Rappers are the only people that it looks like.
Rappers don't even got money like that right now because they're not streaming, they're not doing shows. Let's keep it real. Niggas is just targets because niggas is hungry dogs right now. Who got money?
Listen, from what we know, you know, the cops, they all have, every agency has informants. The FBI spends $294 million a year on informants. The DEA sends $237 million, and ATS spends $17.2 million on informants. So they letting you live until they ready to come get you. Yeah. They letting you live until they we're bored. Let's go pick him up. He's doing too much right now. Now you're doing too much. We're gonna go get you now.
That sound like the record labels.
What about the strip club shit? Niggas say that all the cops now own all the strip clubs in New York City.
Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Who knows? But I guarantee you, and I've been saying this for years, I guarantee you there's bartenders, there's bar backs, there's staff that are undercovers. And they see everyone who comes in and spends all this money. They want to know where you got it from. Like, and they just be fucking writing down, okay, this dude right here, okay, Hynaken. Yeah, he threw 20,000 today. Oh, it was Wednesday, he threw 19,000 on Wednesday. Okay, came back Friday, threw another 10,000. Like, where's he getting all his money from?
He's a drug dealer. Got him. Put the eyeballs on him. Got him.
Yeah. We're gonna let you park in Valley for free. Let's put a tracker under your car. See what you're doing.
Throw the air tag in there.
Yeah. Shit like that.
Yeah, nobody's thinking about that. That you just hit me that park here free, but the tracker game is dangerous. Anybody can put a tracker on anybody's fucking car right now.
Yeah, I know I had rented a car from N.O.R.E, and then every time it would let me know that the air tag was up. And they're like, oh shit, it was popping up, and I didn't even know. But you know, niggas are stealing cars all the time. I remember I used to have a corporate account with N.O.R.E. So I was getting cars for like $15 a day, full insurance. And I remember I had rented my last car, and the dude handed me another paper, and it was a promissory note. He said, do you promise to return the car back? I'm like, yeah, why would it? He's like, no, there's a clause in our paperwork in the original, and we had to revise it with this. Legally, back then, you didn't have to bring the car back.
That's crazy.
This happened, this was like 20 years ago, so they had to like fix it real quick, and they printed out a new paper to say you're gonna return it back. So, you know, everybody's gonna find a loophole to do fuckery, man.
Nah, you never lie.
Yo, let me ask you an offbeat question. Being that you was on one of the first, like, I still remember when you and Hov was on tour when you first got with Rockefeller, and your mixtapes was selling wild crazy. I feel like, and you're not gonna agree with me, but I feel like you were a bigger attraction at that time than Jay-Z was. And watching his growth and everything, what was that like seeing somebody go from the level that we knew him on to that mega nigga? You know what?
I texted him like probably about a year and a half ago, and I was like, man, I said, nigga, I remember when we was fucking going on promo in the minivan down in Atlanta in the Carolinas. From that to where he is now is just like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Seeing the maturation and the business just develop, it's literally mind blowing to see that, to be like, you know what I mean? It's like, damn. I'm like, yo.
But do you think that people feel the same? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, you my friend and all that, but I feel like it's the same way with you as far as being a fucking DJ. When I met you, you didn't have no record out yet. You was the mixtape nigga. You went to putting out the records, then you doing producing, and then backstage, and then you want direct effect, and you got the commercial with AI, and it was all the same thing. Now you own multiple restaurants and fucking
and you played in
pizzerias and all that type of shit.
All-Star games when it mattered. Not the bullshit now.
You played in the real All-Star game.
Where's the highlights at when I was getting buckets for real? These dudes now is terrible. These dudes now is terrible.
Yo, what was it like when Drake posted that shootout between you and him? When he posted or was it Bleacher Report?
Bleacher Report.
Which one?
The one when I said you was letting Drake shoot. You wasn't playing
you
no
and Drake
defense.
was having a shootout and Bleacher Report posted.
It was a game.
Nah, me and him never.
Yes, you was on Bleacher.
No, they were playing a game back and forth.
Yes.
And Drake was shooting three. He was letting Drake shoot. They don't play defense. Drizzy. Niggas don't be playing no real defense, Drizzy.
That's not how it went. Chris Brickley called me to pull up because obviously they didn't have no people to play. So I pulled up. It was him and Roddy Rebel going at each other. I wasn't even guarding him. So anytime I picked him up was me trying to help someone else out.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't guarding him. I was chilling. Like I barely even shot that day.
Nah, the way Bleacher Report posted.
They made it look like he got torched.
I mean,
they made it like every time he shot, then clue, right there.
I probably hit Chris Brickley like, I texted him like 4 times, like, yo, can you send my highlights? Can you send my highlights? And he never sent it. The fix was in. Huh?
Did y'all win that game?
We played a bunch of games. We won some games, yeah, of course.
He never been to the
DDG
run.
said he never got a Drake feature because he beat him in basketball.
Who?
DDG.
DDG.
He said he played Drake in basketball. He said he lost. He never got his feature after that.
Oh, man. I know. Listen, I know why they get my highlights. Because if everyone's seen the first game, I went fucking crazy the first game. OVO was mad at me for a while. I went crazy. I need to repost that because I feel like people have seen it, but it is. I went crazy. So that's probably why Brookie's like, nah, I can't.
Nah, but because they saying the All-Star game, well, the celebrity All-Star game is trash now. But when you was playing,
trash.
It's terrible.
It's
terrible.
No. I'm gonna bring up something at the C Brickley run. See if Clue remember this. I know you do.
He was there.
No, Clue was playing. Do you remember the time that you told me to come by, right? And Combo was there, and Combo was playing against J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
Yo, J.R. Smith. Yo, Combo just going to the bucket, JR not saying nothing. So me and Hynaken, I'm like, yo, Combo, you busting his ass, Combo. Keep busting JR ass. So JR was like, yo, stop playing, bro. Like, we just running up and down the court. Like, everybody got to relax.
Nah, JR's the deal, though.
Yo,
he get
Combo,
busy.
what? Yo, wait, tell me, yo, Combo come down, lays it up again, and JR gets mad now. Nigga, I've never seen a reverse to the bucket like this ever. Remember that shit, huh? That nigga took on baseline, some crazy, stupid shit under the basket.
JR got in that mode real quick.
Yo, he flipped that shit backwards, off the backboard and in. He said, your man's in trouble. He said, your man is in trouble. That's your man. And he proceeded to do work. I said, that NBA game is way
I just
different.
just ran the J.R. Smith at the hotel in Atlanta too, like this week, man. I just ran into him, man. Shout out to him.
Hotel
he said he golfing now, so you know he was down there for that. So I was like, oh shit. He's like, yo, Clue, you gotta start golfing. Like,
they said the
I'm
best
still
golf
hooping, man.
is Steph Curry.
I can believe it.
No, they said he could actually go pro. Like he's a great.
Nice. That's all good. He nice.
Like,
I mean, listen, once you have aim, it's all about adjusting. He probably could play. He probably play football too.
Probably play pool.
Greg Street just spilled the beans. He said Rick Ross sold his house to Tiger Woods. They're making it a golf course.
I can believe it.
Interesting.
Damn, Street, why you ain't tell me that, Street? Why you
I got to hit Rose and find out he could have sold his house because he built a new house in Miami, so he could have sold his house.
He leaving Atlanta? But his house started becoming a tourist attraction because he's right by the airport. So everybody would just be driving by.
He ain't that close to the airport. I was just over that way for R.I.P. rest in peace to Street Scooter. We was just over there that way, for his funeral wake and stuff. So it took me about 20 minutes to get to the airport from there. It's a little ways. It's not too far off, but yeah, it's not too far from there.
How do you have time to build with all these rappers? The rest in peace to Scooter. Because I know there's a lot of them that you really have personal relationships. How the fuck do you maintain all those fucking relationships, bro?
I mean, one, staying neutral. You can't never pick sides, you know what I'm saying? Because rappers is going to go through their little spats and they beefs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to stay neutral because
you lose people because of that too.
You jump in somebody's beef and then all of a sudden, they cool again, you going to look crazy. And they're going to never trust you.
Yeah,
But what about the people that get mad? I'm not going to name no names. You know, I know. They get mad at you when you don't pick a side.
I mean, I'm staying neutral because, like, when I get into drama, ain't no one picking my side.
Yo.
they going to do an interview here, there. They doing what they got to do, so I do what I got to do.
How you feel about what Elliot Wilson did?
What did he do?
He said Bow Wow's record, Bow Wow put in a new record, he said it was trash. Bow Wow called him talking crazy, like, yo, just hit me up, meet up with me on some humble shit. And he posted it and then just basically violated Bow Wow.
I don't never go as far, if I think somebody's record trash, like, I'm not gonna bash somebody's record in public because that's just foul to begin with. So if someone walks up to you and punches you in your face for violating their record because, I mean, obviously I am somebody to judge, but who am I to judge? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a whack record and don't do good, it's gonna show by the performance. You don't need me to make my comment.
We're living in a society now, you can benefit and profiteer off of negativity, even if it's accurate. So saying a record is trash, that is motion for whether the person's saying it or the person who's delivering it.
And then you should do that for Source Magazine. Didn't they rate people's shit and call niggas shit trash?
Yeah.
Isn't that where he comes from?
Yeah.
He did.
I mean, he comes from that, so I guess he feels like because I'm Source and I'm double XL, people still got to take this criticism from me.
I feel like when it comes to the sports world,
I
feel like the media has too much power.
In what way?
The media, they can get you fired.
Yes.
By pushing a certain narrative.
Yes.
They could sway how much money you get in your contract.
Yeah.
Like
He definitely deserves a Superman.
But Clue, I'm gonna keep it honest. I think it was always like that. We
But
just now are aware.
But now, with social media and internet, it's more prevalent. Like, if someone said it's okay, let me ask you a question. How many basketball players have you seen shoot a three and then do the gunshot shit?
Mikal Bridges.
Right? You seen a million basketball players do it.
Dude just did it
when
after
Ja Morant did it, he get fined $75,000. And I don't care about. And Joe Dumars is my man's.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah.
And I don't care about what he did before because he had a gun or what. Like, that had nothing to do with it. If someone's doing this in the game and doing this in the game, like, you gotta find everybody. You can't just single out somebody because they had an incident.
You gotta find everybody.
You gotta find everybody who does. You can't pick out Ja Morant.
But you don't think it's more sensitive with Ja Morant because of the kid situation with the gun? You know what I'm saying? At the park. You know what I'm saying? At the playground.
Like
I think it might be a little more sensitive.
Ja Morant right now is being treated like the new Allen Iverson.
That's a fact.
Because of his hair, the style he plays,
his attitude.
He has a chance to be the face of the league. And when Iverson was going to be the face of the league, they stifled that. And then they pushed the narrative towards Kobe Bryant. And then LeBron came in and they had a way to like shift it towards in that direction.
You think Ja Morant is more the face of the league than like a Jason Tatum or even like
Jason Tatum gets no respect.
Why do you think he gets no respect though?
I don't know.
Because he gets busy.
No, he gets busy. I was saying Tatum was top 5 the year they lost against the fucking Golden State Warriors.
You know why Tatum don't get no respect? And I said this. This is gonna be very tricky. It's gonna sound weird. He's the new age version of Tim Duncan. You don't think about listen to what I'm gonna say. Does he do anything fancy with his dribbling that anybody else can't do? No. He shoots just like everybody else. He makes his shots. There's nothing spectacular about his post-up. His most famous dunk is the dunk in his rookie year.
On LeBron.
But other than that, he dunks the same. But he's a solid, nothing stands out.
He's a solid killer.
No, but he's a killer.
I think it's Jaylen Brown.
60
points. You got
points.
Jaylen Brown over there too now, taking some light.
I think it's more so his attitude with the media. He's such a calm, cool person.
Yeah.
So like that, I think that's
like Tim Duncan.
I think that's more so.
Tim Duncan was calm and cool.
But I think he's more of a superstar as far as like
he's a super
people
than
a Tim Duncan though, bro.
But
I agree with
when
that
I talk
too.
about
he got his own signature sneaker.
Yes.
He got mad commercials.
So did Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan had commercials.
He had commercials too.
We just didn't care.
But listen, and I say this.
He had a commercial with Kobe.
I say this about rappers too.
Yeah.
Like, in order for a rapper to be top elite, people gotta want to be like you. So they gotta want to dress like you. They gotta want to have whatever watches, like
They want your vibe. They're gonna follow your vibe and your instruction.
Yeah, because when I look at his game, he does everything well, but nothing stands out crazy.
But what's crazy, Tatum is like my
He's well-rounded though.
Tatum is probably my favorite player in the league right now and been that way.
For years.
And he's in a big market. I just don't think that some people just don't have the pizzazz for the camera. Some niggas got it and some niggas don't. Ja Morant has it.
Yeah, he just
don't have the mind to carry it over. Kobe had mad flair. Mike had flair.
I think if we gonna go there, if we gotta go there, we gotta have to say Anthony Edwards.
But he don't want it.
He don't want it. He got the personality though. Like when he's talking with the media, he be chilling, smiling, laughing, cracking jokes.
He wants to smash thoughts and not be held accountable. Could LeBron do what Anthony Edwards is doing?
No, he can't. No. He can't have 4 kids and do all that stuff. Exactly. He wants to be him.
Jordan was cheating on his wife, and they had to keep it under wraps.
With Vanessa Williams.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Mike, it wasn't me, Mike.
Yeah,
I ain't saying, Mike. I don't know what they talking about.
Yeah, my bad, Mike. You never did that. But this is what I'm saying. I've always said, what would New York have been like with the Jamaicans if Patrick Ewing had won a championship? Jamaicans was already rowdy. Had he caught one, it would have been impossible to live in New York as any other Caribbean.
Unfortunately, Patrick Ewing, he was in the Mike era, man.
No, of course. Mike's
So it's
a
like,
killer.
you know, yeah, Mike kind of like, Mike took over and he's still, you know,
Yeah.
He's dominating still, pause. Like,
still a guy, man.
still the
They
guy.
still talking about him years later.
Some niggas got it. This is what I'm saying. Some niggas got it. Some niggas
Let's
don't.
swing back to
See, now that's another thing with Mike. It was kind of like, if you seen Mike walking, it's like you seen,
God.
yeah, it's like you don't see him out everywhere. You don't see him in the club, every club with the thoughts and like, I mean, I don't know back in the days maybe, but like, you know what I'm saying, since he been the guy, like when you seen him, it's like, damn.
You seen him,
I feel like Kobe was a little bit the same way, kind of a little bit.
Nah, Kobe was to himself. But back to the original point, you said the media is now getting people jammed up. Like, expand on that, because we went in.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, they could once they start pushing the narrative, I feel like they put pressure on the league to do something. You know what I mean? I feel like they put pressure. They was talking about the John Morant gun tote and shit, like, oh, he shouldn't be doing that because this and that. But why did they say that when everyone else was doing it? First of all, for one thing, I think it's fucked up because, like, imagine if the players did that. Imagine if the players got behind the microphone and started putting these fucking reporters' jobs at risk. And
That's what LeBron was talking. LeBron's talking about putting a serious bag behind players to do like an ESPN situation because of the whole, you know, him and Stephen A. shit. Yeah. So it's like, if he does that, he said that they will become the new media in a sense, like how the rappers did podcasting.
But can I jump in, y'all? Yo, we're guilty. We pushed the narrative, and I'm gonna tell you how we pushed the narrative. And my man to the right of me started it. Hey, yo, what's up with the shit with you and Martin Lawrence and so. So I'm gonna just say this.
I miss all something that shit had to talk about.
Let me just say, because we choose the narrative that we push too. You know why? Because I remember Kid Capri saying he did that on Kid and Play show already, but it didn't catch no traction. This shit been on our shit. This shit going nuts. Just that one clip is at 100K views
on YouTube.
It's been reposted by everybody.
Billboard magazine
and their mothers. Yeah. Right? And we chose to push that.
Black
narrative.
Enterprise posted it.
We purposely dropped the clip first.
But Clue said something earlier that has no reference to this, right?
What?
And Stephen A. has said this. We're all entertainers too. So when we're in front of these cameras and people decide to invest by pressing play and pressing click, we have an obligation to deliver. I'm not saying we need to be clowns, but there's a level of entertainment and excitement that people want to be captivated by with this. So even with Ja Morant doing what he's doing, we need these types of Jason Whitlock dudes to have opposing opinions.
I don't like Jason Whitlock. Huh? Why you choose him? I don't like Jason Whitlock.
Because he's the antithesis to what other people are. And that's needed. Otherwise, we're just going to say, this is boring. And we know how we are as humans.
Yeah, but there's certain shit that's cool to talk about, and there's other shit that, you know what I'm saying, it's not really cool to talk about. Like, you know what I mean? Especially when you talk about somebody's livelihood. Like, like, let's say, for instance, reporter A, whatever. Let's say a player, see him leaving the club drunk, whatever, with a thought who sells box. Is it cool for him to talk to me? Or I just seen, you know, Brian A, whatever his name is, leaving Club Live with a thought who I know sell box.
The Clue.
Now is it cool? Is that cool now?
There's levels to that. It's not cool, period, right? But if we're in Kansas where nobody's ever gonna see us and we have this information and we don't need to be held accountable by going outside, people like that are gonna think it's cool. People who are desperate starting out and don't have the cachet that we have and they need to make a splash, that's cool for them. But as you become more successful and you level up, you know there's penalties with the success. So if it's somebody at a Stephen A level, no. But if it's somebody at the bottom tier trying to dig themselves up, they're gonna go for it. I don't think it's cool, but in their mind.
But at the end of the day, you gotta have morals, bro. That's what it's about. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At some point it could be you.
Yo, and it's not, it ain't fun when you're on the other side of the barrel.
Trust me.
It ain't no fun.
I know about it, you know about it, about it, that other side of the barrel. That's why I don't do controversy. because I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember putting up when I first thought the controversy, me and him was in California. I can even remember I put up a tweet. I put up a tweet
that
on
shit
Gram.
went viral.
The shit went so viral. Clue called me and said, yo, why the fuck you put that up? Yo, take that down. Why'd you hashtag that? It was so bad. I got so many followers and so much heat. I went to smoke in my cousin's crib, and when Clue would call me, I'd be like, I'm not picking that shit up. I don't even want to talk. I know I'm wrong already. I fucked this up. I don't even want to touch the phone no more. Like, niggas was going crazy, and that's when I felt that, nigga. I felt that heat. I was like, who wants to deal with this shit? Niggas was way before potting. I was just managing, bro. Had nothing to do with anything. I just put up a picture with one girl.
Right now, Jason Tatum is going viral.
Why?
He's killing the Knicks. He's like #1 trending in the sport.
I'm about to hit him up, man. I keep telling him every time, yo,
He's in town
JT,
right now.
every time you come to New York, stop wilding out, bro. This is my team. You can't be
see how
doing that,
much.
bro.
At least give us some tickets so we can see it in the front row. Like, damn.
I'm gonna see how much.
He said he gonna be on the pod on BagFuel, so we gonna chop it up. We gonna have to tell him, listen, when you come to New York, you have a cap of how many
We
points
can
you
go
can
to
score.
Boston. We go to Boston.
Yeah, for sure.
Go to Boston.
BagFuel, man. Like, subscribe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Hit that follow button. You know how we do, man. All right.
Yeah.
We out.
Bang, bang.